Do I think there's going to be another black swan? Of course, 100%. I just don't know exactly what it is. The only one that's going to be an interesting one to watch, and I don't even know how he calls a black swan, because I feel like black swan by definition can't really be, it's like, predicted. Oh, didn't see that happening.
Yeah.
The US government is going after Tether. That is clear to me. I view Tether as a very important part of the ecosystem.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction. So therefore, they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, we know the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And we had Bitcoin and crypto move up after the Ethereum news. And guys, we know it's like clockwork. Stock market is closed. And then we get the news that the SEC has dropped a case versus Ethereum on whether it's a security. And since the stock market is closed, we were going to get liquidity anyway. We were going to move up slightly anyway. And they just happened to release that news. Guys, remember, it's all planned out. Now we have AI tokens moving up right along with NVIDIA. And those who have my NWO book understand. I wrote about it a long time ago. And guys, make sure you watch the video I did last night. Now we have CryptoQuant reports that Bitcoin whales have sold over 1 billion over the past 2 weeks. And when it comes to crypto, we are far from mass adoption. We know it's right around the corner. We just need an event to get us pushed over. But we're definitely far away from mass adoption. So once this election is close to being over, the central banks are going to start taking away these safety blankets. And stocks and cryptos are going to take a pullback. Anytime we get a crash, everything crashes. But the NWO, stocks and cryptos will rise up out the ashes. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. Now, don't forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates yesterday were down. We have the dollar down. We have volume and crypto right now down. And we have Tether and USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at $375 billion. So it did take a decent move up. Guys, make sure you're pulling that on a daily basis during the week. Now we have the IMF says Cbdc'S could boost Middle East financial inclusion and also payment efficiency. And no matter what a politician states, Cbdc'S are definitely on their way. Stable coins and Cbdc'S allow the central banks to stay in control of the money supply. And that's very important to understand. And it makes it very simple. But stable coins and Cbdc'S also will give the central banks control over humanity. Remember, they can control what you buy or sell. And guys, this is definitely biblical. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget about the spot Bitcoin ETFs. We have BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale all closed down yesterday. And getting over into a little crypto news, we have real-world asset tokenization expands to life insurance with Infinio minting 9 million of policies on Provenance blockchain. And we know everything is going to be tokenized and put on blockchain, but anyone who's pushing paperwork is going to be one of the first to get replaced with all this technology. And then we also know the repetitive jobs. And I went into an arts and crafts store yesterday. About a month ago, they had about 4 or 5 cashiers. When I went back in, there were no cashiers. It was self-checkout. Only thing the employees were doing was stocking shelves. And we know the machines are going to be doing that. So if you're conscious to what's going on, you can easily see how this technology is going to get moved in. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Transact adds fiat to crypto on-ramp for PayPal's USD. And we know that's all about adoption. And we have Layer 0 opens eligibility checker for the upcoming token airdrop. And remember, you want tokens with real use cases when we go inside the storm. And lastly, we have Kraken disclosed that was exploited for nearly $3 million due to a bug that has now been fixed. And you know how I feel about hacks, especially when it comes to these big exchanges. But that's all we hear about is hacks, cyber attacks, and we know that's the NWO conditioning the mind for what's actually around the corner, because we know that big one is definitely coming. And the crazy part about it, guys, we're months away because they have to bring a big enough distraction, a big enough crisis in order to cut this budget. And then also for people to get back in the home so then therefore they can build this fourth industrial revolution. And it's going to take about 3 to 5 years. Yes, that sounds like a long time, but when you're old like me, we know that time flies. And we've already seen the simulation take place. We've already been through it. But now they're ready to roll out the real plan. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Because he knows, when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the new World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, if new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance, do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID 33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.